Hey everybody, welcome back to the studio. Today we are continuing talking about free agency, the upcoming draft, and the upcoming season. If you missed the earlier's video, we talked about the Philadelphia Eagles, and we gave them a B letter grade overall in their free agency. Today we will be doing the same for the Dallas Cowboys. We're staying inside the NFC East. But before we jump into free agency, let's talk about their coach hire, Mike McCarthy. Me personally, I like the move. I think it's a good hire. I think he has a lot of experience with good quarterbacks, and I think he can make Dak Prescott better. I do think with Mike McCarthy, it's going to take some time to adjust for the entire team as it normally would when you get a new coach. Now let's jump into free agency. Let's talk about the positives. Well, the first positive that comes to mind is pass rush and run stopping. They brought in former All-Pro Gerald McCoy, and they brought in a beast in the middle of the defensive line in Dontari Poe. Dontari Poe will stuff the run, and he will take up tackles, and that's what Dallas needs right now. So that is a big plus for Dallas, which is their pass rush. Next up, they improved in safety, bringing in former All-Pro HaHa Clinton-Dix. Although he's aging, he did play all 16 games last season, so that is an upgrade for Dallas, and you should expect to see more of a threat from the safety position in Dallas. And of course, they brought back Amari Cooper. They gave him that massive contract worth over $100 million, and I think that was the perfect move for them because as soon as Amari Cooper came to Dallas, he completely changed Dallas. So those are my positives for the Dallas. Now let's move to the negatives, and I do think that the negatives outweigh the positive. So let's jump right into it. And the first one that comes to mind is the offensive line. Travis Fredrick retiring at 29, that hurts Dallas tremendously. Dak Prescott is going to feel the pressure now. Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott have been playing with very good offensive lines for their entire career, and for the first time, this offensive line will be depleted. So that's a huge hit for Dallas. Next up is quarterback. They weren't able to find a deal with Dak Prescott, and I think that really hurts. You know, when I think of a franchise tag, especially on the quarterback position, that's the beginning of the end. I honestly can't see them agreeing to a deal within a year. So I think that this hurts the morale of the locker room. I think this hurts Dak Prescott, and this might hurt the relationship within the coaching staff. So I think that's a big negative as well, franchising Dak Prescott. And finally, the final negative for Dallas is losing corner Byron Jones to the Miami Dolphins. He was a young corner, he was great, but when you considered how much money they had to distribute, it didn't make sense to keep him. So they lost Byron Jones, and that leaves a major gap in their corner position, which might be their biggest issue leading into next season. And that leads us perfectly into the draft. What should you expect from the draft from the Dallas Cowboys? Well, with pick 17, I expect the Cowboys to draft safety Xavier McKinley from Alabama. He is a very, very, very strong safety and very strong prospect coming out of Alabama. Now, what I think they should do, not what I expect them to do, what I think they should do is draft cornerback Christian Fulton. And although they might be reaching with this pick, I think that because of the loss of Byron Jones, I think picking a cornerback will benefit them the most. So that's what I expect out of their first round. And what I expect from their season, well, this is a tough one. I don't think they'll win the NFC East. I do think they'll be a wild card team, a 9-10 win team, maybe 11 wins. But I think with transitioning to a new coach and some offensive line issues and some secondary issues, I think that this team has a lot to figure out over the next year. So that is my analysis on the Cowboys for this offseason. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as usual, I hope you guys enjoyed the sound of sports.